Ando Yeshayahu. Hallelujah. Total Rabbi Yeshua. Great salvation. All praises. Giving all honor. And giving all glory to the Most High Yah. What I always wanted to be. You know how some little black boys, you know, you got some that wanted to become rappers. You got some little black boys that wanted to become professional athletes. You know, you even got some little black boys that wanted to become just be real, doctors, but the ones that sell the other type of medicine. Let me express to you all what it is that I wanted to be. In regards to wanting to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate the next to be great, I always wanted to be a great educator. I could say that wholeheartedly. That as I was going through my years of schooling, I just had a passion to learn. Unknowing that one day my passion to learn will become the catalyst for me to teach. I guess that's how the Most High work, huh? He give you a passion to do something, and then that becomes obviously what you give. So out of my passion of learning, I discovered that I had a passion to teach. Man. And as I look out on the world today, I see the scandal of schooling. Yeah. I see how can I say? The facade of teaching. And family, I always wanted to be someone who was regarded as a person who had knowledge. And not just had knowledge, but displayed intellect. And to be able to share that intellect. I always wanted to be intelligent. And then share my intelligence. Not artificially. You feel me? I wanted to share genuine intelligence. So, hear me out, family. As I go out in this world today and I see the scandal of this education system, it brings me to the point where I know God is real. I know that the Most High has put me here for a reason, and that is to be able to bring forth solutions. What is the solution? When you have people that can truly confess that what they always wanted to be in this world was someone of a light, someone who can bring forth truth, someone who can inspire, encourage, and motivate the next to be great. When you can be somebody who can inspire greatness in others, man, truly, what I always wanted to be was an inspiration and wanted to use education as a catalyst to do so. Man, I pray that the Most High keeps me. And through all the miseducation, I pray that I'm able to inform my people that, hey, anything is possible. And you could be anything that you want to be. And I say that wholeheartedly because as we look at the so-called president of the United States, given his back record, and given the state of people that look like me. You know the name, the byword that they give us, the people who are ignorant. Well, I'm here to say, family, as I speak to you all today, is this somebody who is considered ignorant? And hear me out. I consider that this world right now is going down a path that if no one speaks up, will there truly be any more sunny days? Will there truly be any more sunshine? Will there truly be any more buildings for us to say that we can find safety in? Man, I definitely got a lot of trolls in the chat today. Oh my goodness. Let me go ahead and start it off with a question, man. Did you learn how to be successful in life from school? That's my first poll that I put in the chat. Did you learn how to be successful in life from school? Then hear me out. I'm going to just go ahead and answer that question. No, school did not teach me how to be successful. School taught me how to follow along with a program, follow along with a set of rules that may not even be geared towards my passion. School taught me to just sit down, be quiet, and listen to this person that's being paid to speak, even though the words that this person may be speaking may not even be right, may not even be true. But as a student, you're literally taught to sit down and not say anything. This is coming from a person that, hey, when I was in my classroom, man, I told you guys I had an eagerness to learn. I had a passion to learn. I was always raising my hand. Hey, what does that mean? Hey, what is that? Hey, who? Hold on. What is that? I'm over here again. It was a passion of mine to learn. So I had to ask questions. I'm passionate. I wanted to know. And so as I see moving forward in this life, man, when we have these so-called passionate learners, do we have people that are passionate to teach? And not just teach what they're being paid to teach, but teach what is right. Teach people how to truly be successful in life. I'm speaking from the experience of a student, and now, let's just say, family, I have the opportunity of starting my own school. Not only starting my own school, but being the program director and even teacher in my school. Not just the title, but someone who's actually engaging one-on-one with the kiddos. And to say, family, I take a very, very pristine approach when I am within the environment with these kiddos, the new generation to come. Because I feel like it is my duty, my goal to inspire, to encourage, and to motivate the next to be great. Man, Mr. Jorge says school doesn't teach kids the importance of financial security and how to safely budget for a family, career, home, etc. There's definitely an issue with most states' core teaching nowadays. Hey, I agree with you. And let me just go ahead and say what's up to people in the chat, man. I see I had a lot of movement, mashed potatoes, Sparks, Roz. That ain't good. Man, I see I had a lot of trolls come in here too, man. But I'm going to just go ahead and answer this one question from Mashed Potato. What are your thoughts on trans? You really want to know that? I will tell you. It's misleading and it's unnatural. It's misleading in the way where it causes people to go down a path of uncertainty. It causes people to go down a path of depression. It causes people to actually not accept who they truly are, but in turn create a false reality, which isn't beneficial for anybody, for the person that's going through that and for the environment as well. My thoughts on trans is that it is not natural. So just to clarify that, man, I know I get people coming on in this chat and hey, may be passionate about knowing what I'm speaking about. And so they ask questions. And, hey, I'll respond appropriately when I feel as though it's a question of respect and one that I must be able to give my intellect towards. So yeah, I agree. I agree with my Heavenly Father that someone in that position, what's the benefit? And Mr. Jorge, hey, you're hitting it right on the head. The schooling system has literally been a scandal. Because what does it truly teach for children to be successful? And not only what does it teach for children to be successful, but who are in these positions of so-called teachers? I don't know if you guys been following along with the stories as of lately, but we're starting to see a lot more assault happening within these schools, and not just assaulting with weapons. And you already know the United States was big with that, where there became a point in time where people were even scared to send their children to these schools because you never knew. You never knew which little kid in there was gonna pop off. But guess what? You never know what teacher in there is going to pop off. You never know the type of infiltration of information that might be getting shared to the next generation for even your kiddo to pop off. And I'm saying this in regards of, if you're not teaching children how to be holistic in a way, emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally, what are you teaching? You're telling people to sit down, be quiet, absorb information, and go out into the world and just perform without no intellect of self, without any ability to even be able to say that they have a regard of who they are. You have a schooling system now that scandals the youth to perform deeds that's not beneficial, nor is it convenient. You have a lot of people that probably have the same thoughts as myself. Man, why did I just go through these years of schooling? Why did I go to school? Because at the end of the day, you would think that you were supposed to gain something from the information being shared. At least knowledge about self or knowledge about the world to be able to move accordingly and to operate successfully. In a sense, real teaching begins at home. And this is what I advocate. Why let someone else teach your child when you can be your child's teacher? Why let information outside of your household to inform who your child is be the main catalyst for how your child performs out here in the world? Because if you're letting information from the outside of your home infiltrate into your child's mind or even to your mind, look at the state of the world. Look at the state of the United so-called state. Look at the condition of the minds that we have out here, where I have somebody in my chat asking me, what are your thoughts on trans? We're asking little girls and little boys if they want to change genders rather than talking about the issue of, hey, saying, what is it that you want to be when you grow up so you can be, let's just say, a productive member of society? What are your talents? What are your gifts? Instead of asking people what their talents and their gifts are, you know what you have that's going on in school right now? They're asking people what their sexual identity is. The sexual scandal of school, which is being brought forth in an onslaught in our society right now in this day and age. To the point where these little kids can't even sit down and think normally because they're being harassed by perverts. Let me just be real. You have teachers or the board of education who are perverting knowledge and infiltrating that spirit down onto the kiddos in the classrooms. And so kids nowadays are more concerned about what sex they are than what talents and gifts they have. What a disservice to society, if you ask me. And if you ask a child what they always wanted to be, if you ask a little boy what they always wanted to be, and he tells you a little girl, oh man, woe unto them. If you ask a little girl what it is that she always wanted to be, and she tells you that she wants to be a man, woe unto them. That's what time we're in society right now. We're a little boy or a little girl doesn't even know anything about themselves as far as their gifts and talents, but they have a proclivity to just be wanting to sexualize themselves. The schooling scandal is at a full-blown scale right now, where you have perverts pretending as teachers. And all they're doing is they're touching your child's mental to wanting to conform and be just like them. What is it that you always wanted to be? I confess, family, I always wanted to be an educator. I always wanted to be a teacher. I always wanted to say that I can have some type of regard for myself where, hey, I'm knowledgeable. Let me just be real. I didn't want to be an NIGGA. Even though that's what I was informed of my whole entire life. I didn't want to be ignorant. I didn't want to be an NIGGER. But guess what? I got people that hop on this platform and hop in my comments, and then that's what they want to see because that's what they were educated. That's what's going on in the world right now, where you got schooling, educating people on the dysfunctions. You know, when somebody see myself speaking in this manner, they don't even believe it's real. Because they be like, how can a black monkey boy speak like this? As I'm over here building up my educational platform, they look at me and say, how can this black monkey boy truly teach us? to say, even I had a student one time call me a black monkey boy. Imagine that. And I wonder what that student was being taught inside their house. Could it have been anything educational? And so, really, grasp the concept on how society or the schooling system in itself is it benefiting the youth. And not many people are even able to have this conversation because, hey, you're going to turn a blind eye because to some people, taking their kids to school is just free childcare or time. It's just break time for them. It's time for them to escape. Yeah, I said it. Many people look at school as, a relief from their own creation. How dare you think like that, man? One of my biggest things in life was, how can I be around my kids 24/7? What I always wanted to be was a great father. And not just a great father, a present father. A father that taught mine. A father that can be like, hey, I don't even have to go outside the house because I'm here with you every day. I want to be here with you every day. Why would I want to send you out to be taught by anybody else when, hey, let's do this life together and let's learn what it is that we're supposed to do. If many people put themselves in that mindset to say that they can consider being a teacher in their own household, oh man, let's just say the kids will stop being shot up in the schools. The teachers will stop touching on the kids. They won't have any kids to touch on. Hey, the teachers will stop confusing the kids on what a little boy and a little girl is, because that's what's happening. That is why the kids are confused right now, because of the teachers, because of the paid educators, because of the system, because of the government. It's governing people's mental and what they believe in and how they behave, what they hear, what they're influenced by. Oh man, I know I'm hitting on a point where not many people are comfortable talking about. What's going on, King BRNR? Talking about those that want to see you be a part of the collective does not want to see you grow into an exceptional individual. Facts. Man, I homeschool my kids. What a blessing, brother. Talking about preach. I'm loving it here, young man. Hey, I got to, because I want to share what it is that I always wanted to be. And a message to the young man out there. Something that you should strive to always want to be. Be you to the fullest. That's beautiful. Don't let anybody change who you are. And if you're a man, be a man. Imagine this. You got to say this right now. If you're a little boy, become a man. If you're a little girl, grow into a woman. Man. Let's just go back to the basic roots. Because all of this confusion going around has people moving haywire. They're over here teaching kids about pleasing themselves instead of how to become a functional part of society and working together with one another. So you got kids touching on themselves at a very young age. And then when they get out into society, guess what? They want to touch on other people's kids. You can see that. You can hear that within the music. All of this perversion that's going on right now is because how the kids are being taught. Whether it's in the house or whether it's at school or whether it's just out there in the world in general. You don't really have educators. You don't really have teachers that speak truth. You have perverts in position to influence the masses. Yeah, I said it. That's the schooling scandal right now. They're putting perverts in positions to influence people. You want to know one of the main reasons why every time I get into a place of employment where I'm working with education and they look at me and say, Mr. Will, I'm sorry, we just don't accept the way that you talk here. You want to know why? Because when I'm in these positions, I tell people the truth. Hey, little boys and little girls should go to separate bathrooms. And I'm going to just start it off as basic as that. And many people aren't really willing to hear that, especially in this day and age of society. Had a position where a little boy walks up to me. He tells me he wants to be a little girl. I say, nah, you a little boy, grow into a man. They looked at me and said, oh my goodness, Mr. Lee, how dare you? We're in that position in society right now where there's perverts influence your kids at a full grand scale, and not just through the education system. Hey, watch out. Look at YouTube. And it ain't just baby sharks going out on a hunt. It ain't just baby sharks going out on a hunt. Be careful getting caught in Gracie's corner. Hear me out. I know you're trying to find a Blues Clue, but hey, every day when you're walking down the streets, are you sure you always want to say hey to Arthur? Yeah. Beyond the education system, beyond the classrooms, there are still perverts trying to influence and infiltrate the kiddos' minds. The whole education and schooling system is a scandal. They're not telling you truly what their goal is. But let me stand up for this one. Because this is what they hate to see in the classroom. This is what they hate to see in a classroom. A man that'll stand up. A man that'll say, hey, my God is great, and we not accepting this. As soon as they see one person do it, they already know the influence behind it. Everybody going to be like, hold on, this person's standing up and is not accepting this knowledge anymore. Best believe we not. Because guess what? They say knowledge is power, right? Well, what happens when you start perverting that knowledge? What happens when you start perverting the information? It becomes an addiction. It becomes porn. It becomes pornography. It becomes something that's inconvenient, that doesn't even produce. Look at what's happening now. They're teaching that to our kids. They're not bestowing the youth with power. They're promoting pornography. The schooling scandal. Check it out for yourself. A lot of these teachers, or let me just change my words, man, and call it what it is. A lot of these perverts that are in positions to influence your kiddos are being caught right now, red-handed. Not only are they being caught right now, but hey, there's a huge scandal going on to keep things underneath the rug, so that you won't know, as a person who participates into this system, so that you won't know how sick and twisted and sadistic it is. But I'm speaking to you directly from someone who is educating kids, and not just educating kids. I was influencing kids to say, hey, be great. Hey, I encourage you to, hey, Be fruitful, multiply. Hey, the way that I was teaching family, they say I had all the kids lined up at a table. I had all the kids ready to literally walk into my room, banging down on my door, trying to get into my classroom. I had people grabbing the kids away because they like, no, you ain't, you going into a different room. To say the passion that I had to learn family as I was going through this school and education is the same passion I have when it brings towards teaching. And I know that this is real in life, where God will put you in a place where you see a problem and a man that has the spirit of the Most High. Yeah, you can talk about a problem, but will you become the solution? I'm here to advocate for a solution. I'm here to stand up for the solution. I'm not trying to find someone to teach the kids. I am going to teach the kids. I'm not trying to find someone to speak up against what's going on. I am going to stand up and speak up against what's going on. Not only am I going to speak up against, I'm going to speak for the Most High. And I'm going to speak righteousness. I'm going to speak truth. And faithfully will I walk. Because that's what man's supposed to do. Gadol Yeshayahu. Hallelujah. Total Rabbi Yeshua. Great salvation. All praises. All honor. Giving all glory to the Most High Yah. Man. Sheesh. King BR&R, I hear you, man. My biggest fear is my 3 sons and 1 daughter becoming a victim to the society of confusion. Facts, man. Still in their innocence, man. Left and right. Can't even look at the little kids. Little kids don't even have innocence anymore, man. You look into their eyes, they already, let's just say they already know it all. They done bit of the tree. You look at a little kid, man, nowadays, they over here saying cuss words. They over here know more sexual positions than you. They asking you about, hey, what you trying to get into? And so this has set up a whole platform for the so-called LGBTQ to add a different letter in there. Man. Talking about stand on. People can't accept the truth. They would rather be lied to. Facts. Hey, man. Everywhere I go, they banish me, family. Of course, I already know these words be hidden deep. They don't be wanting to hear it. Right? Spirit versus flesh. Who really be wanting to hear things from the spirit when they walking in the flesh? You feel me? Hey, too confused. Beyond confusion at this point. It's reprobated. And let's just look at the poll. 75% of people said they did not learn how to be successful in life from school on a small scale. You got 3 out of every 4 people who look in the classroom and be like, dang, what does school really teach me? The schooling scandal. And what I always wanted to be. Till next time, family.